And I'll upload that for mods. You think Team CC is great and rocking scrims? That's your first impressions? Interesting. Which one is Team CC the one with Billadeng and Lenksa? Am I remembering that right? Oh, maybe I'm not. Pineapple, Kaneki, Insane, Gaga, Super Rich, and Far Away. Okay. A lot of familiar names there, then. Isn't Lenksa on Rock? True, PP man. You're right. You're right. When's the China LAN? Oh, I can't. They announced the dates, didn't they? Is it the 18th of April? What am I doing? Zeta Division versus Barrel. All right, let me upload that. You scrimmed once again, you got kind of rolled. That seems right. You'd rock for Far Away 1987 Anna skin every day. Every day. Did Jimmy retire? I don't know. I swear he played in the what was it called? The Pro Chasing that we watched right at the back in January, I think it was. Was it January? I think it was January. But I'm pretty sure Jimmy played in those. And Jimmy was in one of the teams? Yeah, I mean, surely I don't think it reckons it's a different person. How many Jimmys are there going to be in China? Jinmu and Late Young are on any rosters? Because I feel like we saw both of them in the Pro Chaser as well, right? Yeah, Jarvis. These are all online games where we play in LAN for the playoffs, which is for the teams that get out of group stage, which I can probably drop us a refresh now, which is obviously Zeta Division, I think, have secured themselves a playoff spot regardless. It's just whether they finish first or top, right? Which will be really decided by their game tomorrow against Falcons. On the other side of things, Falcons looking good for one. Way going to have their first appearance right now in the playoffs against VortexWolf coming right up. So the 4 Korean teams? I mean, most likely. Most likely. A-Mega's on a team with Soaks and Luca. Soaks loves playing in China, doesn't he? Those who don't know, Soaks is a German support player who makes many appearances around the world in different competitions. Ooh. This will be the one that I think really decides it. He lives in Japan now for some reason. Is he there for like school or something? Or is he just... How close do you think MFC Varel will be? I think, actually, I don't know. My guess is that actually the Pacific teams will probably win, but we'll be looking pretty competitive. You met Soaks in Singapore once? How many air miles does this guy have? Why is he just everywhere all the time? Treated him to some Chinese food, but he didn't want to eat the intestines. That's probably reasonable. I feel like I'd try the stuff, but it would be a reluctant try. He's the Pitbull of Overwatch, Mr. Worldwide. Tripe is a hard sell. Yeah. Whenever I go to, like, my fiance's family, they're like, I'll describe them. They're like they're just this old pagan couple who live in, like, very rural Scotland. And they are always, you know, eat every part of the animal type thing. So there's always like some offal, there's always some offal on the go that they are very keen for us to eat. And me and my fiance are very reluctant to eat.
기존의 웨이가 보여줬던 뭐 페피 선수의 시그마라든가 좀 이쪽으로 들고 나올 건지 또 바스티온을 쓰는
Real Scottish? I mean, they're not actually Scottish. They used to live in Nottingham, and then they moved to Scotland for like their retirement.
아까 채팅창에서도 바스티온은 그래서 좋은 것이냐 나쁜 것이냐라는 토론이 좀 이루어진 것도 저희가 쉬는 시간을 확인할 수 있었어요.
그러니까 이게 되게
Yeah, I don't know.
애매하긴 해요, 이게.
I've had like I said, I've tried the stuff on occasion, but it's never convinced me that I actually want to
영웅도 아니고.
enter it into my regular diet.
물까지 찍었을 때는 없다고도 말을 할 수 있는 영웅도 아니고.
Would I prefer English sausage or Scottish sausage? What's the difference? I don't know. Is there like?
오늘은 어떨지 좀
I don't know if I've ever had Lorne Scottish sausage, or at least I guess I don't know what the distinction is.
좀 상승 곡선을 그리는 영웅인 것 같긴 해요.
Who are you taking for the China second seed, Rock or Team CC? Was this just told me CC looked better in scrim, so I'm going to immediately pivot and go for Team CCC. CCC? CC. Too many C's. Lawn sausage? Let's have a goose. Lawn sausage, that sounds like a guy. Yeah, I used to know a guy, his name was Lawn Sausage. Great lad. Also known as Square Sausage. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I've maybe never had it then.
반대로 이제 로로미아 선수는 어제 상대방이 좀 집중 견제를 하다 보니까 꽤나 많은 고생을 했어요.
그럼에도 불구하고 그래도 중간중간 킬로그를 분명히 올려주긴 했거든요.
그렇죠.
로로미아 선수도.
자, 그렇기 때문에 좀 볼텍스울프의 가능성도 여전히 또 기대가 되는
The broadcast prediction was the same as chat.
이제 또 웨이도
Way believers.
소개를 드리겠습니다. 자, 먼저 웨이.
All right, Milgaro in the starting lineup here. Have you tried haggis? Yeah, ages ago. I wasn't a big fan. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it kind of fell into the category of like, would eat it if it's on a plate, but wouldn't order it type thing.
워낙 강력한 임팩트를 계속해서 남겨줬는데 또 아시아에서는 어떨지 기대가 되고요. 자, 볼텍스울프, 로루미아, 에디슨, 칼리오스.
A's not on tank. No, they're saving the big guns for later.
저 화면에 나와 있는 자리야 꽤나 강력한 임팩트를.
All right, VortexWolf, the second seed from Japan. Obviously, the players people are most familiar with will be Edison and Kalios. How do you feel about black pudding? Actually had some black pudding the other day. I like black pudding. I'm a fan.
또 활용이 됐다 보니까 더더욱 임팩트가 있었어요.
그리고 자리아가 특전으로 인해서 이제 고지대에 대한 리스크가 어느 정도는 좀 상쇄가 됐기 때문에 쓰이는 것도 있고요.
그래서 점프 소동을 찍는 모습을 짚어준 것처럼 또.
You don't like black pudding? Black pudding's good.
자, 그리고 웨이입니다. 웨이의 승리를.
Aid would clear the lobby too easily on tank. He would. We saw him in that show match. He was good for it.
대회에서 많은 분들이 기대를 하고 계시긴 합니다만 어쨌든
Is Team CC Team XX? I don't know the exact team history. Pig's blood and herbs. I mean, if it tastes good, it tastes good, you know.
그렇습니다.
Yes to Kairos as well in YouTube chat asking. I will be co-streaming China too.
좀 다양한 역할들을 수행해주고 있고 또 이제 하나씩 정말
Phone with data? Fuck, gotta get that big data plan then.
팀 특징이 그거예요.
Surely you can get a cheeky Wi-Fi going.
웨이가 좀 많이 잘 되고 있고요.
그래서 이제 명백한 강팀의 반열에 오르고 있고. 자,
Do you guys really eat black pudding? I thought it was one big joke like Australians with drop bears. Both of those things are real. People eat black pudding, and the drop bears will really get you. Have to be careful in Australia.
해줘야 되는 게 워낙에 많은 메타기도 하고 그러다 보니까 딜러 싸움, 오늘 에디슨 대 에이드 싸움 이거 중요하고요.
그렇습니다. 하지만 이제 적혀 있는 건 어쨌든 에디슨의 승리를 위해서 발명을 해내야 될 볼텍스 울프이기 때문에.
Oh really? Add it to Korean style stews. Doishi's getting some fusion cooking going.
좀 많은 선수들이 부담해줄 필요가 있어요. 분담해서.
Is black pudding Vegemite? Do you mean as in like, is pig's blood and herbs, or do you mean it as in like, is it like a love or hate it type thing? Because I know my fiance doesn't like it either, but I'm all for it. You live in Australia and you think that rice is exotic? What part of Australia do you live in where rice is exotic? I don't know too much about. I feel like, if I remember correctly what people have said, is it not like Sydney and Melbourne, or like, I guess what we'd call it, like modern or like upmarket Australia? But if you start to go west, you start to go like a little bit off the beaten path. Is that right? Some Australians, I'm sure, will correct me. Yeah, pretty much. Small regional town. Yeah, yes. Small town Australia. Yeah.
벤을 사용을 했죠. 어차피 우리는 안 할 거야. 이거예요.
그렇습니다. 확실히 벤이 좀
Yeah, posh is a good word for it. Yeah, like Victoria's kind of posh. Yeah.
이런 것들이 나오는 게
5 cities and everywhere else is a wasteland.
같아요.
Yeah.
피해가 우리한텐 적고 상대한텐 큰 거. 그리고 이게 벤카
I imagine, isn't a lot of Australia just like really hard to inhabit as well? Even though it's like a pretty reasonable size.
아주 이른 이야기긴 합니다만 나중에 벤 카드가 뭐 팀에게 2장씩 주어지는 날이 온다.
Don't go anywhere near Broken Hill or Alice Springs. Alright, I'll make a mental note.
그때 또 어떤 모습이 나올지 벌써부터 기대가 되는 지금이고 자 웨이어 볼텍스 울프의 첫 번째 세트 준비 완료됐습니다. 오아시스로
Most cities on the outer are like coastal ones, yeah. 6-hour drive to the city? Fuck. That's like some American distances there. Like in the UK, like, I can just walk. I live in a city. I can walk to anywhere in the city. In America, everything is a fucking drive. Everything is a drive away.
인상 깊네요.
Morning, Trash Panda. 6 hours? Yeah. I mean, I used to. So I was sort of, I guess, like, I used to live in Kent. That's where my family are from. But we had some family in Manchester, which is pretty opposite ends of a country, like Kent to Manchester. We would drive up to see them. It could be like a 4-hour car ride, and we'd cross most of the country. Anyway, though, let's lock in, because VortexWolf versus Way. So, in theory, our closest game on paper, and Way are going to be playing the Hazard after the ball ban taken it away from Milgaru. Lucio banned from Way as well to try and give Milgaru some nicer targets. Hazard matches up quite well into the Juno Brig, but not so well into the Torb Sim. For now, though, VortexWolf have been forced all the way back to the choke. TP flip from Edison. Maybe flips into more danger, though. We'll be okay. No, not. Kiryu's going to get caught. Who are you? Now above them. Clears for turrets. Edison has no TP. He is vulnerable right now. Milgaru behind him. Juno above him. And they just swarm over him there. And you saw VortexWolf, they try to TP away from some of the danger, take some space on point. And they do get that first flip as a result. But just surrounded and pulled apart right now. And Way will eventually win that first fight, even though they concede 12%. No ults just yet to speak of. We're going to see Kalios try and take a little bit of space right now. Kalios is going to take a lot of damage on the way in. Edison is swinging up. Aid can't find the rail and will be forced back. They clear a little bit of space here, VortexWolf. They completed the first part of their retake. Now they need to try and get them out again. They're trying to get a bit of an angle to clean Milgaru. He goes in for a slash attempt, doesn't find anything. Now the TP to clear Lee Soo-min off this angle. If you've not seen Lee Soo-min play before, he is an absolute menace on the flank with his Kiriko. You see him fighting Edison here, but Edison actually, with the help of his Brig here, they've got control of this side space. Now a TP to the other side. They've lost their Juno on the way through, though. Still trying to push forward, but now Edison in a lot of trouble, and Who Are You will hunt down that kill. And you saw the idea there. As Way are going to look for the rest of his cleanup. Wall comes out, so they have to try and use the other door. So much damage at this choke. The D-Mech is there. The Disruptor shot does everything. And they're looking for more kills in spawn. Edison will not give a TP out. You saw the idea now from VortexWolf, right? Clear the Hazard out on one side, then take the high ground, clear the Kiriko out of there, take a little bit of space. But they just lose for Juno while all of this is happening, and then all their hard work goes down the drain. Now a chance for what will be a big ult fight. Way already have their 5 bank slightly quicker than Vortex. And Milgaru is holding close as well. You can see Kalios trying to clear some of this space. Bully back for Genji, bully back for Hazard. Let the rest of his team walk. I'd like to maybe see them use his TP if they can. Maybe take the high ground, do something else. They use it to skip the first part. Now the symbol to keep going. Blade comes out. Overload has been used. Downpour comes out. Deflect! Oh! But I think it was deflect on something else. Milgaru's downpour will hit anyway. And they delete him through that symbol. Kitsune rush now to try and save Aid out of this one. They can't save him though. So Kalios actually found some trades. They need to win this fight, VortexWolf. They are out of time. Turrets will get taken down. Remake doesn't go through for Kalios. They did just about get to all those ults, VortexWolf, but weren't able to survive the onslaught. The Blade and the downpour at choke. And all of a sudden, they just delete the Torb through all of that, and Remy will fall. Okay, so first round to Way. Pretty straightforward one at the end. Nice and snowballing. That Juno pick on the first retake from VortexWolf. That's what really hampered them, because they weren't able to get into a position to trade any ults or look for that. Did Edison give a 4 turret perk? I didn't see. It's the... Let me get the icon up for you. Yeah, I mean, if it was a perk with a turret rather than a perk with a TP. One of the nice things, if you get to play Sim on the first round of Control, is if you get the teleporter perk, you get, which is a longer range teleporter. You get that longer range teleporter, all of a sudden you're a little bit faster on all of the next map tier. Now we're going to see, it is the reconstruction perk, which is the jagged wall hits recharge spike guard with 25 energy up to 50 extra. So if you find hits with the wall, you get more of your spike guard back. Same comp again here for VortexWolf, trying to lean into that tall sim against the hazard. Sleep Dart will come through. Doesn't find anything. Edison, keep it active. He does have the extra turret perk as well. You were right. Bit of an interesting choice over the TP1. Anakiri from Way, something we've seen a lot out in this backline. They actually just catch Kalios for free out of all of that. Trying to pocket Milgari through. It is a tank trade, but who are you? Trades up. 3v3 situation now. Opposite sides. Turrets coming out from Edison. Does have that extra turret, remember. Charge going on. Hits a right click onto Maka. Forces him to D-peek for a second. Another right click lands onto the Sojourn, actually. So Edison just winning this poke battle right now. Every right click is landing for him. Another one onto Maka as well. He just won't miss. Who are you is on the back rope. And Edison. John Sojourn becomes John Symmetra. Every right click lands, and we have to give the space here. VortexWolf will flip the point right back in their favor. Now Milgari's coming in. He can TP away from that danger. Kalios will mark it. And look at Edison. He's nearly got Sim-Wall. He really was hitting every right click. He's going to have a Sim-Wall outrageously early in this fight. Who are you trying to come in the flank? Deflex has been forced though. Now that's Sim-Wall mainly to fight in the health pack cars area here. So I don't know about the value the Sim-Wall's really getting. He's got it fast, but it wasn't all that valuable. Now the Nano Hazard comes in. Wall comes off. Looking to chase down his DPS. Another slash timing right now. Doesn't actually catch Edison, but gets the kill anyway. They've lost Kalios on point as he tried to stall that one out. They got the earlier Sim-Wall, but it was just in an area that VortexWolf. It's not really a high value area, right? Way we're just able to give up that space on car side. I don't care if... Okay, if you're going to use Sim-Wall to hold the side of a map, then I guess you can. Way are just going to back it out, give a bit of space in that Sim-Wall, then re-engage with their Nano. Milgari finds the value, and then they get the retake. Aid now catches an early one onto Sakume, and this is going to force them. They actually they TP the turret here. There's probably some legs in that somewhere if you're smart. Maybe get the turret overload, TP a turret overload somewhere. Disruptor shot now, making Remy's walk up really difficult. He has to use that overload actually quite early. Kalios is going to try and clear some space. Milgari was swapped from right to left, and he's caught Edison in the process here. And they are making this walk up an absolute nightmare. Kiru's going to dash forward. That's a problem. Has the rally though, but it's a rally Jax. Lee Min finishes the job Milgari started. Nade onto Kalios means he's going to lose mech before he has self-destruct. And VortexWolf are struggling to get out of spawn here. All the ults still available for Way as well. And they are going to make this retake so difficult. VortexWolf are low on time as well. Edison has gone Widow. The power of a Widow might just force them back. They get this first part of a retake for free, and Edison will go Tracer to help extend this touch. Still a lot of ults to worry about. Nano Blade available, Nano Hazard, Nano Overclock. So many options here for Way. Looks like he's got eyes on Who Are You mainly though here, Maka. Who Are You is above the choke as they try and walk forward. Nade comes out. Nano onto Who Are You. Dash in onto the top. Looking for it. Whip shot only sends him back a little bit though. Now he will damage. Kill everyone through the Ray. Eyes on the Juno. Milgari will help him finish that one. And the Nano Blade is good for it. Kitsune rush to make sure they finish the job. Edison is going to play his KD. Doesn't even get a chance. Kalios won't get back into mech. And Way with a convincing first round. Alright. And that's starting to look a little like how we've seen a lot from these series.
장단점이 워낙에 좀 확실하다 보니까 장점이 살아났을 때는 먼저 거점을 선취하는 장면도 나오긴 했습니다만 이 단점이 부각되는 타이밍 웨이가 아무래도 코리아 지역에서도 계속 상대를 좀 해봤던 그런 조합이 되다 보니까 대처가 너무 능숙하게 잘 됐죠.
우리는 그 조합 크레이지 라쿤이 쓰는 조합으로 맞아봤어.
VOD sorted. Thank you very much, Trash Panda.
이게 내성이 너무 좀
Alright, so Way looking pretty dominant there.
지금 그 벌크업이 돼가지고 몸이 이만해요 지금.
슈퍼 항체. 그 힘으로
Made every retake super difficult. Picks are plenty. A couple of Juno picks out of nothing. Out of nothing for Way on those holds. And it's starting to feel like more of the same when we've seen Korea play non-Korean teams right now. Yeah, downpour gets huge value there. And just comfortable situations, right? We see the power of the ult snowball here. Now, once they get to... They win the first neutral. And then once you win the first neutral, you just... then you get like a very cheap second fight or something. And then all of a sudden, by the time you get to the big ult fight, that actually... Or if you're the losing team who've lost those fights, your ults are just all a little bit slower. So what should be like a 5v fight, like equal big ult exchange, ends up being very much not that at all. And then, yeah, this is the big missed opportunity, or the tail end of it, with a miss getting value out of that sim wall. You still see moments of it, right? No surprise that we see Edison get some stuff done. One of their best looks yesterday, VortexWolf, was actually when Kalios played Zarya. So maybe there's an option they take us to Havana. They sort of bait Peppy and maybe a Havana, ban a Mauga. They could ban Sigma, obviously, because that is Peppy's hero, but I feel like the Zarya can be okay into the Sigma. Especially depending on, like, what type of comp you run it with. If you run it with, like, a Genji or something, you can isolate the Sigma. But, it's tricky. Genji banning come in. It could be another option, right? Could be another option. But I'd like to see them maybe get Kalios onto Zarya or something. I feel like that was their best look yesterday when they played against Crazy Raccoon. Was it Crazy Raccoon? I want to say yes, Crazy Raccoon. So basically, Sim and Sorb is hard to retake when you lost the point. Well, I don't think so necessarily. I think that part of City Center, I can't rewind on this, but I'll draw you City Center. So this is the point, right? We have a little ring around point, and then we have a little corridor here, and then we have this part here, right? Which is like, this was, in this case, it was Vortex's spawn, right? And this area here, you know, we got the little bridge, we got the mega, and we got like the little pits here. This area here is like, this is like no man's land. This is such a hard area to cross, because it's just really open, loads of chance for aid. Who are you and Milgaru can harass throughout all of this as well. Maka's throwing nades. Everything is really difficult. And this was the area where we're trying to exploit the most, because they knew it was really difficult. I really... Thank you, sir. Thank you, Lemon. But this is the area that I think really where like a TP or something would have done them some good. Could they have found a way to TP through some of this pressure? Or, you know, if the hazard's on one side, or can they bait maybe one of the hazard cooldowns out, then TP somewhere else. Sig ban also protects Zarya. That's a good shout, Prota. You're probably right at the Sig. Like a Sig or a Mauga ban or something, whichever one they feel is harder. They should have done that.
Good morning.
Morning off, Brand Milk. Thank you for the tier 1, 2 months as well. Welcome back. Waiting for map type? Yeah, I think map type seems reasonable. Why didn't they go Rhine? I don't think it would have solved their problems. Is Uncoachable out after stream? Yes. Yep. Uncoachable with Smash will be out after the stream. I assume to upload it to Spotify, but I don't think that takes that long.
변수 싸움에서 뭔가 기대할 만한 부분이 좀 기대값 자체가 적다 보니까 그 부분이 좀 아쉽게 굴러갔죠. 볼텍스 울프 입장에서.
그렇습니다. 일단 조합 변경도 뭐 여차하면 꾀해볼 수 있는 볼텍스 울프이기 때문에 이 다음 세트 맵 선택부터 좀 기대가 됩니다. 어쨌든 에디슨 선수
Smash is for guests. Smash is for guests. You guys know Smash. Bert's pro head coach if you don't.
이렇게 되면은 볼텍스 울프는 어떻게든 서브 탱커가 잘 소화해낼 수 있는 그런
does 99 Divine can take a map of Crazy Raccoon? No. No.
이렇게 되면은 뭐 바우가가 나올 수도 있고 시그마가 나올
Peppy in.
다리아가 나올 수도 있고.
All right. We'll see what the bans are. Obviously, you have to submit a roster before you do the hero bans. So VortexWolf will know that Peppy's in. So then can make the decision based off that. Are EMEA games today? No, they start Saturday. Alright, first F credits are up. We are going to Havana as we expected. Now the question, do they ban Mauga? Do they ban Sigma here, VortexWolf? These seem like the most likely ones. Yeah, so what we'll do for the Preds is we'll do first F Preds. And then We'll do a very quick, will there be a full hold, will there won't be a full hold afterwards.
내가 이길 수 있어. 좀 이런
Why is Violet not in the Preds?
나올 수 있을
Come on,
것
guys.
같아요.
Violet won't die first in this one. I can guarantee you that.
자신감 있긴 할 것 같은데요.
그쵸. 페피 선수도 어쨌거나 서브 탱커 유저기 때문에 자리를 못 하진 않지만 칼리우스보다 스크림하는 과정에서 많이 하진 않았을 거란 말이에요. 그러다 보니까 그런 디테일적인 부분이나 팀적인 움직임에서 우리가 우위에 있다라고 생각을 한 것 같은데요. 볼텍스wolf 측에서.
맞습니다. 벤 구도까지 좀 확인을 해봐야 양 팀의 흐름을 짐작할 수 있을 것 같습니다.
나와라 시그마 벤 아니면 키리코 벤.
Who wins if they play 4v5? Still Crazy Raccoon, come on. Alright, VortexWolf, Sigma ban.
딱 그렇게 가네요.
So Vazaria is protected, they could go that direction. Wei, what will they ban in response?
웨이가 불가능한 상황이기 때문에
Don't know what would affect Vazaria the most. I mean, Wei could ban Genji. That would feel like a really hot take for them, but they could also ban Genji so they can't do Genji's Aria. But that does feel like really hot takey on this map. They probably want to play Anakiri. Oh, they're going to ban Soja now.
가능성 있어 보이는데요.
Okay.
입구 압박하나요?
So now a decision. I mean, Aid's probably going to play Widow here. So do they just take a Widow battle? Or are they going to try and just run like Ashe is probably the most common sort of side grade if Sojin isn't available?
뭐 이런 쪽으로 갈 수도 있는데 또 후알류 선수가 있다 보니까 좀 더 생각을 해보긴 해야 될 것 같고요.
물론 이제 후아유가 메이를 활용하긴 했죠.
Aid Bastion, of course. Of course.
인상기 활약을 보여줬기 때문에 야 이거 뭐가 나와도 재밌겠다라는 생각은 드네요.
이러면은 이제 웨이도 볼텍스wolf도 이렇게 얘기하고 있는 것 같아요. 자리야 해라. 자리야 해라.
자 나머지 어떤 거 쓰든지 우리 한번 제대로 붙어보자 라고 할 것 같은데 맵 선택도 그렇고 흥미진진합니다.
근데 이거 볼텍스wolf가 한 번 누순하기 시작하면 좀 그 흐름을 못 막을 수도 있어요. 또 투 서브 힐러가 대응이 안 된다면 돌려깎기 또 당할 수 있습니다.
자 과연 어떤 경기가 펼쳐질지 양 팀의 두 번째 세트 준비 완료됐습니다. 하바나로 떠나볼까요?
Alright. Kalios in. Let's see what we're working with. Wei going to be starting on the defense here. So I guess with Sigma banned, we'd expect, I could see just a Mauga from Peppy. We've seen him play a few different heroes before. So it could go a few different ways, but I think Mauga's probably the most likely. Oh, thank you, Mayrise.
What is the percentage chance of a Japanese/Pacific team making China?
Like sub 1%, sub 1%. Maybe 0. I mean, it's gonna become mathematically impossible soon. But it's yeah, we're in fractional decimals. All right, Aid. It will be starting the Bastion. Edison, though, a step ahead. Maybe he'll take the mirror. All right, Zen Bap with this Mauga. So a very, sort of a bit of an ugly-looking Mauga comp, I think, here from Wei. We'll see what it translates into. Remy will be on that Genji here. So in theory, actually, a bubbled Genji onto a Zen Bap seems like really juicy targets. We'll get initial form on the high ground to Kalios. You see both bubbles burnt for Kalios there. Does mean he has some energy, though, so we can start poking and probing, getting them out. Edison now onto the Hanzo, and I think Hanzo is actually a pretty good matchup into Bastion here. Bastion has a pretty forgiving hitbox there, so the Hanzo can do lots of consistent damage. We see a full charge Kalios walking out, just trying to do some damage, get his bubbles up. Bully backness Mauga. Stomp will come in, doesn't find anything with it though, and Peppy is going to be absolutely cooked right now. Edison's found a pick on the side as well. They've actually found 2 picks on both DPS here. So they're not quite out of the woods yet, but the respawn advantage is overwhelming here for VortexWolf, so they can get themselves out of spawn. Ada's not getting out of this either. Where's he going? He's trying to run. Surely he doesn't get out of this. No way he gets out of this. Come on. Surely somebody else can just shoot him. How's the Bastion walks all the way out? Oh, alright. Quick full hold pred. Only 30 seconds on this one, so you gotta be fast. Form comes through from Aid. He's getting pocketed through this just about. Will be forced to D-peak now. Lysimin nearly has the Transcendence, but VortexWolf, they have the grab, they have the Nano, they have the Ray. Huge, powerful ult bank here. Looking for the nade opportunity. Needing to pocket Kalios through a lot. Previously, they have nanoed Kalios a lot in these situations. The window comes out and they're going to drop it. And he wants to go through. Now the grab comes through. Transcendence is forced. Kiru is going to die. The Dragon, though, it wasn't lined up. Edison gets it slightly wrong. The nade afterwards, though, they can still trade out. Kalios is deep with high energy. Bubble onto these Genji and Kalios will take over. Lee Soo-min is still there, though. Stomp comes out from Kalios. He avoids that one. 3 seconds till his next bubble. Zen on the high ground. Look at Lee Soo-min floating around, but Kalios will take care of him. And Kalios will get it all done for Wei. And it is not looking very full holdable now. Pepe is on the back foot. He's going to stomp forward, trying to buy space. Desperate for this kill, Kalios. But Bastion, the artillery strike is coming, but how on earth will this swap it for him? No chance. Mac will die on point. And VortexWolf, for Zarya getting it done. A late Bastion swing up top. They should be able to deal with this. Right? Right? Okay. Aid gets a trade, which seems unreasonable. But VortexWolf getting it done on the Zarya. We said we wanted to see this from them, and we're getting it. Kalios holding close right now. He's nearly got another bloody grab. We'll get booped off for high ground here. Swaps onto the low ground. He wants to find a bubble opportunity for Remy. The stomp actually messes up the timing there for the bubble onto the blade. So the blade finds no value. Then Kalios gets caged. All falls apart a little bit for VortexWolf on that one there. Just a bit of anti-timing between Kalios going back and Remy going in. One of the problems you can have with some of this sort of bubble Genji style is a lot of the points are quite long. So it can be hard for this Genji to close the distance. Now stabilizing on point, we can see Ada's got the Bastion bomb perk, which means he takes no self-damage. And I think he gets like a little bit extra boost, right, as well. Yeah, 25% increase, and he takes no self-damage. Kalios walking up, trying to build some of the energy. They have nearly another Grav Dragon combo. Nade doesn't land from Sakumi. Stomp comes through. Pepe is now very committed. Nano comes out onto Kalios. He's low energy, though, so it keeps Kalios alive, but he's barely even cooking Pepe at this point. He's barely warm. Gonna keep going. He has the Grav soon. Lamp has been forced as well here, actually. Dragon comes through onto the high ground. Ada's gonna swing ahead of that Dragon. A little bit separated. Blade in the back is shut down by Edison. They will trade Edison, but now... Oh, the Grav doesn't... Where did it go? Doesn't find what he wants. Now the swing back, and Kalios is still struggling here. Needs full pocket out. Stomp comes through. Avoided, but he's lost his main source of healing. Yeah, disaster there. And you talk about the big ult combos. And so far, the Grav Dragon hasn't landed either time here. And Kalios will be swapping onto D.Va right now. Edison onto the Sombra, so VortexWolf, they're going to change their playstyle now. The idea of this version of the comp from VortexWolf is very much going to be to try and hit the backline here. Trade Lee Soo-min, trade Maka. The problem is... Difficult. They have both support ults. Lee Soo-min has the Transcendence if he gets in trouble. And Maka will still have a lamp as well. Sleep onto Lee Soo-min, but he's all fine. They're trying to walk up the left-hand side right now. Maka's going to try and back it up to middle. Lee Soo-min still trying to hold this left-hand side. Stable for now. Bastion on the high ground. Ray push comes through right now. Transcendence in response, and the window. Both support ults used there. They demech Kalios immediately with a helping out window. They'll finish him off as well. Sombra pressure onto Maka. He backs out underneath. Doesn't want to use his cooldowns. Won't have to use his cooldowns, as Aid will get the trade. Remy is now stuck in. And alright. Steady for Wei on that one, but that was both support ults used defensively. They have the cage for the next fight now. Edison doesn't quite have the EMP, but if they get the EMP before they go, all of a sudden, looks quite juicy actually for Vortex. Quite yummy, as Smash would say. They lose Edison early, though. This isn't yummy at all. Backing it up. They still have the Nano Blade to turn if they want to. Wei, they have to be careful here, but they want to keep going. Cage opportunity comes out. Juno is very much caught in this cage. Kalios is going to find one trade in the back. They've actually nanoed Kalios forward during this. He's got one kill, and Sakumi's going to try and rotate away. Kalios still low, doesn't have the self-destruct to remech. And this is going all sorts of wrong here for VortexWolf. Again, they try and use the nano onto Kalios. Doesn't end up getting the... Again, they don't get the combo right. But now Wei... A bit low on ults. I would say a bit low on ults, but they're actually charging these so fast. Lee Soo-min nearly has another Transcendence. If he gets that in time, it's the perfect answer to the Blade. Perfect answer to the EMP. 10% away right now, and they're going to try and buy a little bit more time with these Bastion bombs. Edison doesn't find anything as we enter overtime. EMP ready. Virus onto it. Will cloak up now, looking for it. Lee Soo-min is going to swing, but Edison drops down underneath. Remy now got eyes on Lee Soo-min as well. Lee Soo-min is 4% away from his Transcendence. Peppy is anchoring point. He's killed Edison! Edison doesn't get a chance for the EMP. Lee Soo-min has found him. Now the Discord onto the Juno. Who are you? Will finish that one off with the blade. Lee Soo-min is walking forwards. He is free, ready to go. Doesn't even need for Transcendence in the end. And Lee Soo-min clutches up on second point here. Kills the baby, transcends.
마지막에 결국 이수민의 젠야타가 초월을 빠르게 채워냈고 EMP를 못 누르고
And just like that.
플랜이 전부 다 뭉개졌죠.
네. 그리고 이제 그 전에 좀 호환될 법한 궁극기들 뭐 자탄과 용의 일격 이런 것들.
You saw him go underneath. You saw like on this coast area.
위력적이었던
I don't know if we're gonna get a replay of it here. No, we're just gonna get like the general highlights. But you saw Edison get scouted out on that coast side. I think it's going to be the fight after this. But you saw Edison get scouted out and go underneath instead. But Lee Soo-min must have just found him again. No, they didn't have a replay of it. When's Unser joining the stream? Not this week. He is getting ready to make sure SSG qualify for China.
네. 그러니까 저 구간까지는 그러니까 짚어준 것처럼 역설적으로 이야기하면은 가야 될 거리가 짧다라고 웨이게는 여겨질 수 있는 거잖아요.
저 정도 거리면은 1거점 밀렸다고 가정을 했을 때 만약에 볼텍스골프가 교환 구도를 못 내고 온전한 한타 패배를 1거점 밀린다?
Do you get to go to China with SSG? Don't know. I mean, maybe, but it wasn't like in my contract or anything like that. So, if they invite me, I'll happily go. If not, I'll just co-stream it at home with all of you, and we can all watch SSG win the China land together. Not to, you know, get too ahead of ourselves. But they're going to win China. No bias here. Unsponsored opinion. VortexWolf now starting on the Widow themselves. Aid is going to play Bastion instead though. And Edison is on a little bit of an adventure. But Lee Soo-min, how's he just taken all his space for free? Loves a flank, does Lee. And he's just going to get 2 kills nice and easy. And his spawn hold is broken in no time at all here from Wei. All thanks to the main man Lee.
이게 바스티온으로 그거예요. 딱 그 마우가의 터질 듯한 심장 버프를 강제하게 유도하고
Now over to the Diva, Genji, Sombra. So again the idea is, can we kill Nisana? Can we kill Nissen? Bastion in theory quite vulnerable to some of this as well. Big map for it. Lots of distance to cross here for the VortexWolf team. They're going to try and come through the inside right now. Milgari trying to, sorry, Peppy trying to finish that one. Touch on point from Kalios, but he is discorded, so he will be cleared. Edison has been forced to TP out as well. Nate doesn't find anything, and Mac has already gotten his nano. Might just go Aid's way. Trying to clear the high ground right now, but Who Are You gets the better of that. It was a 2v1, but that doesn't seem to bother Who Are You. Gets the opening pick. Now the nano comes through onto Peppy. Looking for this Anna. Will get slept up right now. Any more follow-up damage? Who Are You is there. Who Are You will finish the job. Peppy will come back and clean up on point now. Kalios did die on point. So there's a chance for a pretty, I guess, a rush retake here, but they're pushing into Transcendence, they're pushing into the Artillery Strike. Maybe there really isn't as well. 3 on point. Kalios can go for it if he really wants, but he's going to have to sort of int for it, and they might just be better off holding second, and they're going to do exactly that. No ult still for VortexWolf. Obviously, the spawn hold was cracked open immediately, so they will just be... They will just be short of all these ultimates as well. So Wada with a great chance to snowball. And these swaps might really come back to bite them. Artillery strike out from Aid. Edison is into the back right now, though. Looking for his opportunity to get this kill. Maka is relatively close, though. Edison just wants the farm angle. Will cloak up again. The doors have shut on Edison, on Aid rather, so he is stuck outside. Sombra is still deep behind here. Lee Soo-min, you can see him on the left-hand side of our screen right now. He is flanking up. He's got himself another angle onto Kalios. Maka will get caught. The blade in the back, though, and Who Are You has killed the back line. He's now coming to kill the front line. Transcendence from Lee Soo-min to finish the job. Finds for Sombra. No escape for Edison. He realizes it is curtains. Kalios will die on point. And Wei will tidy this one up with plenty of time to spare. And all right. Looks like cruise control from Wei in this one. 2 in a row.
이런 식으로 뒷라인을 흔들어주면서 시간을 끄는 타이밍은 아니었던 것 같아요. 결국 궁극기 템포가 유리했던 거는 웨이였고 차라리 그럴 거면 아예 들어 눕는 판단을.
And looks like we're in for another straightforward series.
화물 쪽은
God, we're going to be done quickly today if we keep this up.
딜라인 흔들어주는 사이에 전선은 유지해야겠고 그러다 보니까 몸이 자연스럽게 좀 앞으로 쏠렸어요 볼텍스골프가.
그러니까 아무래도 본인들이 수비를 해 나가는 과정에서 웨이가 워낙 짧은 거리만 좀 허용했다 보니까 어쩔 수 없었던 선택인 것 같은데 그 틈을 또 날카롭게 파고들었던 마지막 후아유의 마무리까지 야, 정말 인상 깊은 활약이 이어지고 있는 웨이입니다.
그 몸이 쏠렸을 때 딱 날카롭게 후알류 선수가 매가 먹이를 낚아채듯이 딱 그 두 명만 딱 그게 킥이었거든요.
그렇습니다. 마지막은 진짜
Heartbreaking.
누구세요? 안녕하세요.
It's not looking good, is it? If you're a VortexWolf fan, it's not looking good.
자, 이렇게 웨이가 빠르게 매치 포인트를 만들어냈습니다. 이 위기 볼텍스.
Next 2 days should have closer matches. Yeah, we're going to get... Because what we're going to get on the next 2 days is not only are we going to get the Korean derbies, where the Korean teams in each group play each other. I'm going to refresh this. Ooh, refresh? There we go. So we're going to get Falcons versus Zeta, Wei versus Crazy Raccoon. We're also going to get the Pacific teams playing the Japanese teams. So we'll have Barrel against MFC and VortexWolf against 99 Divine as our closers for both days. So in theory, the Saturday and Sunday should be a slightly higher caliber of action. The Korean team's head and coach board's coming out, so they're speed running. Exactly. Who's better, VortexWolf or 99 Divine? I think 99 Divine. But I think we're... Well, once we get to these Pacific versus Japanese teams, I think we're looking at, like... What do you call it? Like a real series, for lack of a better word. An actual real series where both teams will take maps and we're not just in a sort of beating down situation. Alright, couple of minutes break. I'll do the ads now so we don't get them during the actual game. And then we can get ready for this map 3. Vasaria seems to have some legs. Maybe, I don't know what the play would necessarily be. Maybe they can just go, for, like, a New Jug City, for some more Zarya. You excited for the best match of the week? MFC versus Falcons? Of course, mate. Are you playing the same game again? Are you playing to get the Junkrat banned? Or have you got a few more aces up the sleeve? Yes, off-brand milk. First one's tomorrow. You have a method? Junkrat into Widow? Keep them guessing. Keep them guessing. Esports World Cup theory? I mean... You guys had a right old run at the Esports World Cup. Frogger shit talk proper into the mental boom. I can see it. I can see it. I mean, honestly, so far, that Zeta versus MFC game was unbelievably fun, actually. By far the most entertaining series we've had in the playoffs so far. You want them to ban Junkrat? You've got it. I mean, you can get Zeta Division to do it. Put Falcons in the bin as well. Now, if you did not have a good time, the first Junkrat one was actually so funny because he's just like, you miss the first 3 shots, but Alpha Yi still none the wiser. None the wiser. just throwing pipes left and right. Alpha Yi's standing there. He's seeing these explosions coming off from behind him. No indication to take a look behind him to see what all the fuss is about. Still get surprised.
자리야 밴하고 어차피 뭐 우리는 쓸 카드도 많고 픽적으로는 우리가 좀 더 여유가 있으니 그냥 자리야를 잘라버리고 우리는 뭘 해도 된다. 이런 쪽으로 나갈 수도 있어요.
그렇습니다. 자, 볼텍스울프 쪽에서 머리가 꽤나 아픈 상황이 될 것 같네요. 아, 참,
He was not
이게
prepared. Oh,
머리가
exactly. Yeah, Tom's right. It's not stupid if it works.
장점도 있지만 단점도 꽤나 확실하다는 게 이럴 때 느껴지는 것 같아요.
그렇죠. 이게 뭐 선배 후배 모두 다 전략적으로 쓸 수 있지만
네.
결국 최고는 뭐냐? 영웅 보기 넓은 거.
밴드를 못 맞게.
네, 그게 사실 벤이고 후벤이고 물론 그게 유의미하죠.
네.
유효하죠. 그렇지만 원천적으로 폭이 넓으면
Did I show map type yet? No, not yet. Just getting roster substitution. So it is Milgari back in.
다시 한번 교체가 되고 있습니다. 여러분 약간 플래시 포인트에 대한 기대감이 좀 늘어나는 것 같기도 한데요.
그렇죠. 사실 볼텍스울프 입장에서는
Thoughts on Kelsey's emo?
나 밀기를 하지 않는 이유가
네,
Good,
없다라고
good.
생각을 해서 그쪽으로 가지 않을까요?
그렇습니다. 자, 어쨌든 좀 탱커 밴드
Truly a mighty addition to the Twitch platform.
볼텍스 울프인데 선택은 플래시 포인트.
That's Axiom.
로 가게 됩니다.
이렇게 되면 앞에서 레킹볼
Yeah, on Boston, right?
볼텍스울프가 이미 쓰기도 했고 뭐 여기서 라마트라라던가
I feel like I'm going to butcher the say. Like,
이런
Potaxium? That's for pun.
러시 형태의 조합도
You know as well, with all your emotes color hex, because it says color in front of them all, in my head, what I was just thinking, I was like, oh, it's a color version as opposed to a black and white version of the image. I was like, why has he got a black and white version as well as a color version? And then I realized it's just for name.
야, 바로 나오는데요.
아니 딱 그 순간 제 머리
Whoa, Genji ban?
예.
Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it?
로 정신이 갔다가 스쳐 지나가는
He's a model now? On a dating show? No way. How's he gone from Boston Uprising to dating show?
자, 그럼 이제 웨이는 어떤 밴드?
What's, what's the career path there? Because he's unreal handsome? Just got the genetics for it. I mean, he is modeling that banana mighty well. A natural progression, really? Oh, okay. I should start thinking a little bit more about my future modeling career then.
자, 이러면 좀 묵직한 양 팀의 싸움이 될 수.
Yeah, yeah, he's a
올라오게 됩니다. 그리고 뭐
Why? Do you not think that made when he was sending his his headshots around to modeling agencies? Do you not think that photo made for cut?
뉴저크 시티로 떠나보겠습니다. 볼텍스울프 화이트 하나, 2, 3. 볼텍스울프 화이트.
All right, Genji ban, Malka ban. Kickstart his career? I mean, I think you're right. I think if anything, he probably owes you some form of cut of those modeling salaries.
밀가루의 오 라인하르트. 좀
Make sure you get yours.
안 드는데.
기용 가능성이 없지는 않다고 생각해요.
All right, okay. Wait, he's considering it. He's considering it. VortexWolf are going to go Diva Torb Sim, maybe expecting a hazard. But way are a step ahead here. You're expecting a hazard, but you're going to get a Reinhardt. The Korean casters celebrate. Are they ready for this one? Kalios matrixes both fire strikes. Turret going up, but quickly going down from Remy, and they are on the run right now. Kalios and VortexWolf, they're trying to keep space, but Milgari won't leave them behind. There's the wall, the pin is missed though. Still swinging on him. He's all over, but Milgari has to slow it down. Shields up, will finish the kills. Edison has a big flank, and he's killed Maka, but Edison, wait, he's killed Lee Soo-min. Wait a second, Eddie. He's got a Lucio pocket as well, and all of a sudden, oh, they're going to back it up actually. It was a 2v3, and obviously one of those three was a Reinhardt as well, which can make it a little bit hard to hit your shots. Two trades from Edison, and Kalios, he has gone Orisa. Kalios, of course, was on that Boston Uprising team that kept running Orisa into the London Spitfire. Maybe Way have unlocked something in Kalios. Was he paying attention all those times in scrims and matches where Smurf would ruin our year? It was a Bastion Orisa as well. I'm having some kind of flashback. Swing round onto the corner now, and the Riders having all sorts of problems. Milgari will get deleted. Oh, the flashbacks. Painful memories. And the retake is looking good for VortexWolf here. They'll clean up Lee Soo-min, and they will get the flip. Milgari will now go on to the hazard. And I can start to begin repressing those memories once again. Holding the choke now, Sukume has the Kitsune Rush here. Wait, a little bit short on a lot of their ults. But Blizzard can obviously work as a little bit of a negates in that one. But wall is good, actually. Oh! The wall into wall. Poor Kalios. He just can't get out of that room. Hazard wall into Mei wall. No escape. Well managed cooldowns there from Wei. Getting the maximum value out of both walls. And Kalios will regret ever walking into that room. They're holding close now, Wei as well, trying to make the touch hard. That pick onto Edison's to make it really difficult too. The wall onto Kalios forces him back. But the touch is the important thing here for VortexWolf. Wait, someone is behind. Wait, Kiryu has done it. He's flipping the point. Lee Su-min's coming to battle for it right now, and Kiryu's going to play his life. He's triggered the overtime. Lee Su-min is now trying to mark the touch. Can they get in? They can't get in. Kiryu's going to get taken down before getting the second touch here. And Wei will get that first point off the back of that forward hold. Kalios is trying to cross. Wall comes out, but finds no real value here from Who Are You. They're still walking in. But Wei just want to back it up to the point. They've got 4 ults ready to go. Downpour obviously a little bit slower. A's holding aggressively with this overclock, actually. They're trying to mark the flank. The wall is good onto Remy. The Blizzard comes out. Who Are You? It was probably overkill in the end, honestly. It was such a good wall. Fully trapped. And the walls are causing all the problems for The walls are causing all the problems for VortexWolf. Easy for me to say. Kalios is still holding the choke despite a player down who he's going to wall himself back as Wei will give a first flip. And they are in control, and they only use 1 ultimate for that as well. So while VortexWolf, they still have 5 ultimates. They're going to start it with the overclock into this Ray. They're trying to disengage it. Kalios out. Terra Surge to try and live here. Kalios. Suzu comes through as well, but he just can't live. The Ray damage is too much, and they kill through all of that. Kalios couldn't get out, and now Milgaro is hunting down the remaining players' wall. And a dive now onto Edison. We'll get that. No trades coming out of the way of VortexWolf either. They have a mighty ult back to retake with here, VortexWolf, as they go on to the Remarch or 2. But Wei, they keep holding forward, fighting aggressively. Got to be careful. Look at Milgaro. He's going to peek out. Wall timing initially onto the Sojourn. Forces him back. Milgaro will back it up to the choke now. Kitsune Rush available here for VortexWolf. They could just Molten Core to start the fight. Taking a bit of an angle. Downpour now to catch the Torb. Catches the Torb. Beat comes out to save him. Milgaro will just back it up right now. Lee Su-min still has his beat. And Wei, they've kind of scattered here right now. They're all a little bit separated. Might need that beat. Beat catches all 5 people as Wei regroup. And Aid with the overclock gets to Kitsune Rush Molten Core. It's not stopping Aid right now. He's actually slid to point, expecting someone to be touching, but nobody was touching, so they just cap it. And VortexWolf, they lose the ult trade. They'll lose Kalios late. And Wei are in full control right now. Who You will have the Blizzard for this next fight. Saw him just happy to throw it onto a single target once he got a good Mei wall there. But we're on point E right now, and this is one of the more open points, so the wall chokes can be difficult to find. You see Who You actually playing on this left-hand side. Just taking this more of a flank angle right now. Dink onto Edison will slow him down a little bit. They nearly have the Ray to follow up this Blizzard if they need it as well. And now he's moved over. This is one of the better wall chokes. Blizzard comes out, but it's not a good wall, actually. Not a full wall. They'll kite it out. They have actually lost. They still kill Remy, but they lose Aid for it. So they 1-for-1 trade on the flank. And VortexWolf, they can keep walking, but they have to be ready for the Ray turn. They bait out the wall. Now Disruptor shot to clear Milgaro. Macken nearly has the Ray though, so Wei, they can hold this position. They can even take this fight right now. VortexWolf, they have to be careful taking all this space. Here comes the Ray in response. They're trying to chase down Kalios right now. Eyes onto the Juno as well. He's on the backline. Sukume will go down. Milgaro will live, and they are stuffed back at this choke one more time. Milgaro tries to take Kiryu out of the air. Can't do it, but they do secure the choke hold. Now Milgaro has the downpour for this next fight. It's the only ult Wei have though. Needs to find a high-value target. The Annihilation, the Overclock, these are the best targets Milgaro can find. But honestly, anything I can get him a kill will do it. Disruptor Shot goes straight into it. Will be a slide away from Aid right now, but the Annihilation to chase him. Milgaro is used for downpour in the back. I don't know if he's found anything. It slowed him down, though, at least. And Kalios is just completely isolated on point. No one else from Vortex to get through the point. And now Milgaro can clean everything up. Didn't get a clear view of it, but I feel like it must have been the downpour at least stopping the rest of VortexWolf coming through that choke. And now, desperate touch situation. Who Are You is trying to mark the flank. It's a ball swap. Kiryu's actually got the first one, 10% away from beat as well. Macken's trying to finish off Kiryu right now. Remy coming back on Tracer. Roll through from Kalios. One at a time. There we go. Lee Su-min Catches for Lucio. That'll be no beat as well. Steady Eddie has come back with an overclock right now, but he needs to get something going. There's a hazard on his head.
많이 망가졌죠.
It's not where you want a hazard. And Wei looks set to finish this one off. A little boop. Boop and a beat. Kalios still gets the touch. Blizzard comes out. They've got ults to spare right now, Wei. And they will they will close out the series. They will beat VortexWolf.
아, 웨이가 확실히
Alright.
본인들만의 컬러를 계속해서 유지를 하고
네.
예전에는 웨이가 약간 벤을 맞았을 때 아 이건 약간 치명적인데
Alright.
느껴졌던 때도 분명히 있었거든요. 근데 이제 각자의 그런 서브 무기가
네.
한두씩 더 많이 생기다 보니까 이런 뱀픽이라든가
Game 3 is it's 99 Divine versus
맞습니다.
Crazy Raccoon next.
픽할 수 있는 범위가 넓은데,
So, I feel like it might be another chance for Crazy Raccoon to be
그쵸?
taking the piss, as they say.
웨이도 물론 메인 딜러 담당하는 선수, 서브 딜러 담당하는 선수 이게 좀
99 Divine Believers.
두 선수가
We got a little bit of faith.
예.
겐지, 소전, 애쉬
Alright, we'll update our table now. Oh, it seems like it's not come through on Wikipedia yet.
한 번에 뱅카드를 많이 쓸 수는 없잖아요.
백화점 두 개-
Wow, they won too fast, did they, Anian? Are you guys still in warm-up?
자, 이제 그런 포인트들.
Did you get a thorough warm-up for your big game?
끼를 스스로 깔면서 아시아
We didn't even get a warm-up? Fuck, you're gonna have to go in cold.
끼를 깔
Shit.
주인공, 이번
You'll be alright.
TM 누구일지.
If there's one thing that's always true when you play Crazy Raccoon,
제가 진짜 하바나에서
always pretty easy to win.
궤도광
Always pretty easy to win.
왔던 그딱 힐러 두 명
I mean,
가져가면서
think about it this way, Anian.
찢어졌습니다.
Every other team, when they played Crazy Raccoon, they've gotten a warm-up, right? So it's possible all these teams are coming in too hot. So maybe going in cold is the key. You've got to try different things here against some of these top teams. So maybe coming in cold is the answer.
완전 현역이에요.
Good luck, though.
완전 그 뭐냐 이게
True. It's a cold theory. Exactly. Sometimes if something's not working, just change it and see if the alternative's better.
약간 이제 고급 위스키 같은 위스키 겐지 오크통 겐지
한 30년.
Is stuff like Adderall forbidding in OWCS? Yeah, I think any sort of... I don't know the exact rules, because there's obviously, like, I think it's really hard to enforce as well. So I don't know what the official rules of the rulebook is, but I think, in general, yes.
가시손하기 연계를 이어주는 그런
Why, you're thinking of tweaking out and getting yourself into OWCS? Because I wouldn't recommend it.
깔끔하게 본인의 그 용검을
Moonban junk.
살려야
I
되는
mean, always good for a dodgy ban as Crazy Raccoon.
대단한 거거든요.
부담이 될 수밖에 없는 타이밍이잖아요. 자원들도 막 추가적으로 투입받고. 그런데 언제나 해내는 것 같아요.
그리고 거기에 여기서 페피 선수와 함께 포커싱 맞춰주는 장면도 너무 좋았죠.
그렇습니다. 그리고 이제 새로운 이제 무기 메이까지도 점점 더 폼이 오르고 있습니다.
아 오늘 벽 때문에 칼리오스 선수가 많이 고생했어요.
예, 뭐 벽이 두 개죠. 벽 뒤에 공간이 있어요. 여러 이야기들이 나오긴 했는데 뭐
Alright.
마다 너무
Ooh.
날카롭습니다.
Should we grab another drink? I'm only halfway through the water, that was over so quickly.
후아유 선수와의 인터뷰가 준비되고 있는데 뭐 준비된 대로 또 바로 확인을 해 보도록 하겠습니다. 참 이거 코리아 때부터
And then let's
몇 번째 PO 팀인지.
let's lock in for this first one, right? I think we're gonna probably get a way interview afterwards as well. So you can do it through the channel points, Busy. Do it through the channel points. It should be just below your chat, a little icon with a coin, and then there should be an option to join in the prediction from that. Alright, I'm gonna grab another drink. I imagine we'll get a way interview, and then we can get ready for our last series of the day. It's only bloody 10 AM. We're flying through them today. Be right back.
PO 팀 받은 후아유 선수와의 인터뷰 준비되어 있다고 합니다. 바로 연결해 보겠습니다. 후아유 선수 안녕하세요.
아, 네, 안녕하세요.
네, 먼저 승리 축하드립니다. 웨이 입장에서는 좀 창단 후에 첫 번째 국제전을 치른 이번 아시아에서의 경기였는데 좀 치르신 소감이 어떠십니까?
저희는 예, 호감이랄 게 딱히 없긴 합니다. 근데 저희는 일단 연습한다는 마인드로 경기에 임하고 있고요. 네,
그러면은 이제 좀 어쨌든 큰 무대에서의 경기가 또 이뤄지고 있는 거잖아요. 혹시 웨이 팀에서 오늘 가장 긴장하고 좀 경기를 치른 선수가 있다면 누가 있을까요?
밀가루 선수가 아니지 않을까 싶네요. 아무래도 막내이기도 하고.
네.
사실 근데 저희는 다 긴장은 안 한 것 같아요.
오늘은 좀 편안하게 경기를 준비했다.
네,
그럼 이제 그럴 수 있는 좀 비결에는 어떤 게 있을까요? 어떤 선수가 좀 중심이 돼서 이런 부분을 잡아줬을까요?
저희는 아무래도 연습 때부터 그거는 다 같이 전체적으로 연습을 하고 있다 보니까
음,
코치랑 저가 이제 그래도 경험이 많다 보니까
경험이
역시
많다
잡으면서 하는 게
보니까.
네,
그렇죠.
않을까
그러면은
싶네요.
그 뉴정크 시티에서 밀가루 선수가 초반에 라인하르트를 들고 나왔잖아요. 그게
네.
초반에 좀 합의가 된 내용인가요?
아, 제가 먼저 이야기 꺼낸 거긴
오,
합니다.
내가 허하노라.
화청이 화노라. 아 그렇죠. 그 화이 선수가 허가하면은 바로 꺼내야죠. 그런데 이제 라인하트 좀 빠르게 바꿨어요. 좀 바꾸신 이유를 여쭤봐도 괜찮을까요?
아, 아무래도 우리사 나오면 바꾸자고 이미 합의된 거긴 했습니다.
우리는 거기까지 봤다. 저 얼마나 몇 수 앞을 보시는 거예요?
몇 수 앞을 보다보다는 저희는 이제 흘러가는 대로
음,
하는 거다 보니까
네.
네.
흐름은 거스르는 것이 아니라 타는 것이다.
자 그리고 이제 웨이의 국제전에 대해서 점점 더 많은 분들이 경기를 보시면 보실수록 좀 기대감을 가지시는 것 같은데 자 이제 아시아 일정도 좀 차근차근히 준비되고 있는 상황에서 웨이의 이번 아시아에서의 목표를 좀 여쭤봐도 괜찮을까요?
저희는 일단 항저우는 사실 뭐 최종 목표로 잡고 있긴 합니다만
네.
저희는 우선 강팀들을 한 번이라도 이겨보고 싶습니다.
그러면은 이게 다른 팀들이 그러니까 웨이 팀 같은 경우에 다른 팀들이 잘 소화하지 않는 그런 조합들을 좀 많이 썼잖아요. 뭐 시그마라든가 바스티온이라든가 이런 웨이만의 무기가 있잖아요. 그럼 만약에
네.
웨이가 플레이오프에 진출하게 된다면 그런 뭔가 무기 뭐 어떤 건지는 여쭤볼 수 없으니까
그러니까 비밀 병기가
비밀
있으시다면
병기 혹시 준비하고 계신 거 있으실까요?
저희는 스크림 전날까지도 이게 전략 전술을 그때그때마다 맞춰서 바꾸다 보니까 네, 항상 준비는 하고 있습니다.
약간 새벽장 보듯.
강팀들 긴장해라. 우리
예.
언제 뭐 나올지 모른다.
그러니까 마지막까지 조합을 좀
그런 느낌인
준비하는
거죠,
웨이인
네.
거네요. 그리고 이게 채팅창에서 좀 계속 올라오고
Who are you? Say
계시는데
anything interesting?
일단 온라인으로 경기를 치르고 계시잖아요.
네.
온라인으로 경기를 치르실 때
Morning, Nuki. Oh, boost, 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 boost. He did. What did he say?
그때는 네, 항상 하고 있어요.
언제나 하고 있다.
네, 게임 할 때만 합니다.
네. 자 그리고 이제 웨이의 다음 상대 이 퍼시픽 지역에서 굉장히 좀 좋은 활약으로 올라온 99 디바인인데 자 이 팀
Had to be there. Oh, I missed it. He says, shout out to me, the best marble streamer. That's kind of him.
제가 예전에 퍼시픽을 한번 했었던 적이 있어요.
그렇죠.
그때 적으로 한번 본 적이 있었는데 이 퍼시픽 팀과의 경기를 할 때는 이
He can
핑을
play.
살짝 높게
Anyone can
두고
play.
하거든요.
네.
그거를 굉장히 활용을 잘하는 선수가 있어요. 그 팀에
오.
컬러렉스라고 그 선수가 그걸 제일 활용을 잘하는 것 같은데
네.
근데
뭐 약간의
이번에 많이
변수.
다르지
He's still
않을까?
waiting for the invite. Well, he lives very far away, so it's got to travel quite far to get to him. That's why he's still waiting.
하기 전에 또 이제 점점 더 많은 팬분들께서 웨이에게 소위 입덕을 하면서 응원을 해주고 계신데 웨이를 응원하시는 분들께 한번
Did I hear my name?
인터뷰 마무리 해볼까 합니다.
Surely not. Maybe.
아,
Are you guys?
아,
You guys aren't playing him though,
잠깐,
no?
방금 소리가 잘 안 들렸어가지고.
다시 말씀드릴까요?
네,
네.
네네.
그러니까
소리가 끊겼어요.
코리아부터 점점 더 이제 웨이가
Delusions of grandeur, I think, Kelsey.
많은 팬분들께서 웨이 특유의 색깔 그리고 후아유 선수의 캐리력에 소위 입덕을 하면서 응원을 해주고 계세요. 응원해주시는 팬분들께 한마디 부탁드리겠습니다.
팬분들 항상 응원해 주셔서 감사하고
네.
이번에 저희 항저우 목표로
Wait, was he actually?
최선을 다해서 열심히 할 테니까 지켜봐 주셨으면 감사하겠습니다.
네, 지금까지 이번 경기 승리한 웨이의 후아유 선수와 인터뷰 나눠봤습니다. 인터뷰 감사드립니다. 승리 축하. 감사합니다.
네, 감사합니다.
Oh, you got live translating your phone? I'll be quiet
게임을
then.
할 때는 언제나 게이밍 헤어를 하는 숙성형 겐지, 위스키형 겐지 후아유 선수와 인터뷰 나눠봤습니다. 이런 캐릭터가 온 그 게임 내적 외적으로 독특하다 보니까 많은 분들이 좋아하시는 것
아,
같아요.
근데 후아유 선수 인터뷰 이거 많이 는 거예요.
그러니까요.
네.
코리아 때 많이 느꼈어요. 저.
정말 많이 는 거예요. 예, 카메라 마사지 좀 받으시더니
Interview
이제
over?
많이
Fuck.
받으시더니
해봐야 돼요.
예,
사람이.
이 사람이
As if I didn't serve it, run it down.
저도 보세요.
You were the X Factor, mate.
그 중계
You know, every team needs a wild card.
말도 제대로 못하더니 이젠 그래도
It's always important in any gang, any group of individuals to have a wild card. You're the wild card.
아직 갈 길이 멉니다 저희가.
네. 선배님 말씀 새겨 듣도록 하겠고요. 자, 이제 오늘의 두 번째 경기까지 끝이 모두 났습니다. 이제 오늘의 마지막 경기.
Morning, Lady Lyora. I'm saying that right.
과연 크레이지 라쿤 상대로 어떤 경기를
Love being a wild card. I mean, it's the most enjoyable role. Every team needs their wild card, you know? Niang looked great yesterday, though. True. That's what you need. You need the rock and you need the wild card. Niang was actually like opening pick every fight, every overclock was like 2 to 3 kills. How have the games and stream been? Yeah. I mean, more of the same, right? We're watching a lot more Korean teams versus non-Korean teams, so the results have been as expected so far. And we've got another Korean team versus a non-Korean team next, so what was Frogger? He's the heart, you know? He's the heart. You got the wild card, you got the rock, you got the heart. Romani is the heart? What's Frogger then? Is he the, what's he? We need another archetype. Is he the funny guy? 2 jokers? Yeah, but Frogger is the joker. Yeah. He's not the brains trust. There we go. The perfect team. Who's the villain? The villains are all the Korean teams trying to ruin their plans to get to LAN. You know, it's a classic case of it's a classic David v Goliath setup, you know? The problem with David and Goliath is what people always forget about the David and Goliath story is Goliath, you know, spoiler warning. Obviously, David actually eventually beats Goliath, right? But do you know what happened before David beat Goliath? Loads of people fucking lost. Loads of people lost to Goliath. You know, so we've not quite reached... We don't know who our David is yet. So we just need to get, you know, we're still in the pre-David point. Somebody needs to become David. And they will take down the Goliath. Pancakes and ice cream? Oh, God. Is that your breakfast? Living the dream. You were just about to finish it? Yeah, sorry for anyone who hadn't got to that part of the story yet. It's 5:30 AM. Still some Americans hanging on. It is. It's like pancakes with 45% veggies, though. Tastes good? Can we not spoil? I'm only on book 3 of the Old Testament. I said spoiler warning. That was your warning. Got a David at work. Do I need to beat him up? No, if you've got a David at work, he can beat Goliath. Don't start a fight with that guy. What's the Oppo brothers? Now you tell me. Oh, it's like a Ben and Jerry style thing. Oh, strawberry cheesecake. Strawberry cheesecake is the best ice cream flavor. There's no other answers are correct except for strawberry cheesecake. Hill David says, should I get ready for a battle? Yeah. Be ready. Be ready. But honestly, precedent is in your favor. Just seen Nis Goliath at work. What am I looking at? What's this? Unmanned ground vehicles used by the German army as disposable demolition vehicles during World War II. What job? What job would put you in a situation where you encounter this at work? What is... Museum? Working at Wikipedia. I mean, it is an important job, yeah. I'm excited to find out what Deutsch's job is now. Hope he works at a museum. That would be a cool job. Thanks for the Chrysler's, guys. Don't be. Oh. He's unemployed. When's starting Saturday? Starting Saturday. Work with drugs mostly. The mystery gets deeper. So you mostly work with drugs, but today at work you encountered a World War II unmanned minesweeping vehicle. Maybe he works in customs? Oh, customs. Actually, that's a good shout. Honestly, my go-to was going to be some kind of drug dealer who has repurposed this World War II artifact to deliver drugs in a way where he can't get caught. But your one probably, yours maybe seems more likely, Arthur. Doctor? Yeah, but how does that explain the Goliath? He's bringing a Goliath mine on holiday, though. It is true. Is what he drives to work. Confirmed, allowed to use the bus lanes on it. Just sort of hunched up on the top. Little remote control. Briefcase under his arm. I feel like nobody actually takes a briefcase to work anymore. I feel like, honestly, I feel like it was a better time, no? A better time when people took briefcases to work. Shows a little bit, feels like it was a classier time, you know? You took a briefcase to school? Wait, there was a YouTube video. I added it to my watch later. Wait, I don't know if we can watch it or it'll just, like, get my copyright ruined. Hold on. What was it called? It was like, why don't people... I never got around to watching it. Yeah, this one. Why have people stopped wearing hats? Maybe I'll watch that later. This just popped up on my feed one day and I was like, yeah, why have people stopped wearing hats? So I added this to my watch later, but I've not got to it yet. But don't worry, guys. I will, I'll figure out why people have stopped wearing hats.
We are launching the all-new XL25.
It's an important mystery we need to get to the bottom of.
Uses the newly developed fast TN panel and upgraded Diac2 technology.
I once employed a guy who took a briefcase to work, but all he had in it was water and M&Ms.
It has incorporated industrial grade bearings into
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess everything's digital now, but you can keep your laptop in a briefcase.
To the exact desired height. The new monitor series
As well as taking a briefcase to school, you wore a hat to school as well, Fargo. When did you go to school? Did you go to school in, like, the 1930s?
오버워치 챔피언스 시리즈 아시아 스테이지와 2일차 함께하고 계십니다. 이제 오늘의 마지막 경기 99 디바인 그리고 크레이지 라쿤이 경기를 준비하는데요.
You don't wear a hat to... I don't have a dog to walk. Yeah, the only hat I ever wear is like a, I guess like a beanie when it's cold. It's a practical hat, never for style.
그래도 99 디바인 같은 경우에 워낙에 공격적이고 변수를 내주는 선수들이 많아요.
네.
아이스리케이 선수라든가 스지 선수라든가 변수 싸움 물론
Oh, I should cut the VOD before I forget. Before I forget, I should cut the VOD.
보면 당연히 우위에 있겠죠.